These are some of the indicators that we track, and the idea here is to see what the trends are telling us, and then we can zoom in into a specific area and try to understand what are the problems, what are the drivers. This is just to give you some of the tools that we use to oversee that reporting program. So we have the reporting regulations, which guides who and what it needs to be reported. We have the reporting guidelines. These are methodological guidelines, which gives guidance on what methods to be applied, adapted from the IPCC guidelines, but take into account some local methods. We also have a guideline for verification, how to verify what is the ability process to credit people. And so we are using the reporting program to stress test whether we are able to meet our targets, especially NDC targets, what it means. So, for example, we'll ask the question, what happens if we scale down our electricity or steel processing by a certain percentage? What will that mean in terms of emissions?
I recognize that this knowledge and guidance and training efforts have become a strong asset of ICAT, and combined with the regional ICAT hubs provide a strong foundation for the future. With the BTRs coming up next year and the next NDC cycle in 2025, now is the right time to take a look at the transparency work again, and ergo also what ICAT can usefully do in addition to the current efforts. Let me highlight two, which I think we have to pay close attention to. The market mechanism, which is so crucial for, first of all, for getting everybody engaged, because if money flows, then people wake up and are interested. So the market mechanism will depend on strong transparency efforts. Then additionally, the understanding of loss and damage linking to vulnerability and adaptation need to be better understood. And also developing countries can manage these processes. Maybe I should scrap the also, especially developing countries can manage this process because you are in dire need for the L&D mechanism, and you, from this angle of urgency, it's good to push.
In the opening, I highlighted the centrality of transparency for the success of the Paris Agreement. I feel really from all the contributions that have been shared over the last 3 days that many countries are taking this very serious, and they are very serious about implementing the Paris Agreement. Today, again, I think we have seen and understood the power of data to advance objectives, but also understood that the data has to be of good quality in order for assessments to be valid and valuable. Throughout the last 3 days, we heard that there are still many challenges. Clearly, there is still a lack of capacity, there's a lack of data, there's a lack of resources, but I also hope that you all take away from this forum that there is support and that you are actually the best to steer the support, and it has to be the countries that actually guide those that are providing support to make it most effective.